locked out and fired up. Tonight, Postal workers rally for a second day at Town Center Mall, demanding action over what they call a bad appointment at the top. Union leaders say they are not backing down. LPIA rolls out new high-tech security equipment aimed at improving safety and speeding up passenger screenings. This as airport officials prepare for the Easter holiday rush. Plus, the Davis administration has paused Falcon 9 rocket booster landings, raising questions about debris and environmental impact. So what's behind the delay and why you should care? Then in our news at 7:30, this Monday, Thursday, we take a closer look at the powerful message behind the season of Easter. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. It's day 2 of protests, and postal workers are not backing down. Frustrated and fired up members of Bahamas Public Services Union lined the steps of the General Post Office at Town Center Mall again Thursday morning, saying they've had enough. Senior officers stood shoulder to shoulder with line staff, echoing the same frustrations voiced on Wednesday over claims of the improper appointment of Acting Postmaster General Siobhan Johnson. Some workers also claimed when they showed up to work Thursday, they were locked out of key office spaces. Union President Kimsley Ferguson says the message is clear.
Our stance is firm. We're resolute about what we're saying. Mrs. Siobhan Johnson has to go. There's no other two ways about it. I would have listened to some comments that Mrs. Johnson would have made on yesterday, referencing the fact that her appointment here is one of a transitory nature to improve the post office. I want to serve notice on persons who may not be aware. You can't come and modernize something that you have no experience in.
On Wednesday, Johnson insisted operations hadn't been affected by the protest and defended her leadership, claiming the group sitting out is simply resisting change. But Ferguson says the union will stand firm in its call for Johnson's removal.
The saga continues. We see the need for litigation, and we're going to pursue that as well to ensure that the public service and the Ministry of Transport and Energy are held to account for the breaches that are being committed in relation to policies that govern the movement of public officers.
All right, new high-tech security equipment worth $2 million was officially rolled out at Lynden Pindling International Airport Thursday morning. Officials say the upgrade will not only boost safety, but also speed up passenger screenings. It's all a part of LPIA's push to earn a 5-star rating. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe says the new gear is a critical investment in both border protection and world-class service for travelers.
That we do all that we can do, not only to protect our neighbor's gateway, but also to improve the product so that truly once will not be enough.
The new equipment has been installed at the checkpoint just before U.S. Customs and Border Protection and LPIA's U.S. Departures Terminal. It's a key stop for hundreds of travelers each day. U.S. Embassy Chargé d'Affaires is Kimberly Furnish.
These improvements stop threats before they reach our shores. They reduce wait times, and they protect the millions of Bahamian and American citizens who travel between our countries every year. This is what a strong partnership looks like.
Meanwhile, the Easter holiday rush is on at LPIA, and Nassau Airport Development Company officials say this year is shaping up to be just as busy as ever. Between today and Easter Monday, they're expecting as many as 75,000 travelers to pass through the airport. This year's forecast reflects slightly fewer guests compared to last year's numbers. Vice President of Operations Jonathan Hanna says all stakeholders are prepared for this weekend's ramp-up. In 2024, a record-breaking 83,732 passengers traveled over the 5-day period. Missing and runaway children remains a major concern for advocates, including the Prime Minister's wife, who says the issue deserves urgent and renewed attention. Speaking with our Joshua Williams on the sideline of RBPF's new domestic violence unit opening, she shared why she and her team are keeping a spotlight on the problem.
Spouse of the Prime Minister Anne-Marie Davis says she's focused on the uptick of missing children and runaway cases. Over the past few weeks, flyers sent by police have flooded social media, along with several Marcos alerts informing residents of children that have gone missing. Davis says she too has noticed the increase.
I did get a few. When I saw, the first one I got was the 13-year-old girl missing. I mean, my heart just dropped because I'm like, I don't believe that we're still at this again. A lot of things came rushing back to my mind. It's I'm very deeply concerned. I'm hurt and I get worried when I see the Marcos alert, especially for very, very young children.
And while Davis has given much of her attention advocating for domestic violence since her husband, Prime Minister Philip Davis, came to office, Davis says runaways are not something the public should take lightly, adding that there needs to be more resources.
You know, education, and again, just addressing the needs of everyone. We have a lot of work to do.
Police statistics from last year show of the 277 missing persons, the majority of them in New Providence, 28% were runaways. Not just that, but 139 of those missing people were minors, making up the vast majority.
We're going to advocate a lot more and speak up as much as we can and raise awareness in all the neighborhoods, everywhere, to stop these missing children. I mean, stop these children from going missing. Keep everyone safe. Awareness has to be about safety in our neighborhoods, in our communities. It's just paramount right now.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Candino, and a happy Monday, Thursday, everybody. Cool conditions outside our studio. 76 is our current temperature under mostly clear skies. Winds out of the northeast at 14 miles per hour, so we have a bit of a breeze out there. Feels like temperature is at 74. Temperatures around the islands right now across the northwest Bahamas, all in the mid to upper 70s, with 77s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros, and over in Governor's Harbour. That's in Great Harbour Key, actually. That's Berries. Here in the capital, 76, 77 in Governor's Harbour. Central Bahamas, also in the mid to upper 70s there with 77s, Kim's Bay, Black Point, that's in Exumas, Office Town, Cat Island, Coburn Town, San Salvador. Then we picked up a string of 79s, Georgetown, Port Nelson, Rum Key, Deadman's Key, Long Island, and in the southeast Bahamas, upper 70s there, 78s in most locations with exception being Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, 79, Providenciales, 79, Matthew Town, Inagua, Deep South, you are also 79 at this hour. Sideline radar composite, frontal boundary went through the northwest Bahamas. It's now south of the capital and into the central Bahamas, but you wouldn't even notice it. Very weak front, not much in terms of any temperature change behind it, but the tight pressure gradient behind that will kick up the wind, so it's going to be a little bit on the breezy side for the holiday weekend. Of course, you know, tomorrow is Good Friday and then Easter Monday, so do get out and enjoy. Looks like it's going to be very nice. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast. It's still to come.
Coming up in sports, the final practice session at home for Carifta Track and Field and the first practice session on the road for Carifta Swimming.
The moving is here. It will have your emotions moving, grooving, and even sometimes scared. Get in the groove with 242 Grooving. Sleepy Lex has taken over the charts, but we got newcomers like Devondre and NF Trey climbing up to reach that #1 spot, while Travis Clark and Chase Fernandez is applying big pressure. Who will be #1 on upcoming shows of Rev Up? Buckle your seatbelt and find out. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Are you ready? The wait is over. We're back with a new season of 242 The Gospel. Great artists, new videos exploding on the countdown. Will Najia be able to continue to turn the pages at #1, or will someone else rewrite her story? Let's see on this season of 242 The Gospel.
The words on the spelling bee show in the lad. Phosphorescent. Bougainvillea. Woo! Never. T. Where was the T earlier? You trust me? No. Good. No, I'm saying pipeline over here. Coca-Cola. Okay, well, some of them.
Hey, it's the Charlie Bahama Show. Welcome, I'm your boy Charlie Bahama, and we are here at the Wine and Food Festival here at Atlantis. And man, I got a plate full of. Okay, now who took my food? Now who took?
What do you think, Shaggy said? Well, you gotta wait until the new season of the Charlie Bahama Show starts with Shaggy himself. Also episodes with Chef Jose Andres, Bahamian chefs John Baptiste, and trips to the Family Islands. Charlie Bahama Show coming April 25th, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not one, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Everyone is obviously dressed for the occasion, and now it's time to get to work. Team Bahamas hosted the final practice session in the friendly confines of the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium before they left for the 52nd Carifta Track and Field Championships hosted in Trinidad and Tobago. Approximately 28 countries fielding over 900 athletes will look to add their stories to the internationally acclaimed event that is considered the launchpad for legends. Be sure and stay locked into the RTV network for exclusive coverage of the Carifta Track and Field Championships. Tune in this Friday for the opening ceremonies beginning at 3 p.m. Then, live action kicks off Saturday at 9 a.m. on Channel 212 with the afternoon session starting at 4 p.m. The Bahamas' Carifta swimming team arrived safely in Trinidad and Tobago yesterday. The 36-member team hosted their first practice session ahead of competition that begins April 19th at the National Aquatic Center in Couva. Bahamian national team member AJ Storr is no stranger to the transfer portal and is on the move once again. Storr announced via social media his intentions to head to the SEC and join the Ole Miss program under head coach Chris Baird. This will be the fourth stop on Storr's collegiate career after beginning in the Big East at St. John's, on to Wisconsin in the Big Ten, and most recently to the Kansas Jayhawks in the Big 12. He will have 1 year of eligibility remaining. Last year, Storr played in 34 games and averaged 6 points and 1.7 rebounds per game, a sharp decline from the 17 points and 4 rebounds per game he averaged as a sophomore in Wisconsin. And a special Thursday edition of your 10YS Plays of the Week. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Trump hosts an Easter prayer service at the White House, forging ahead with efforts against anti-Christian bias. Plus, the much-hyped Fire Festival comeback, led by convicted fraudster Billy McFarland, has been postponed. And we'll tell you the massive island-wide power outage that left Puerto Rico in the dark when our news returns.
The wait is over. We're back with a new season of 242 The Gospel. Great artists, new videos exploding on the countdown. Will Najia be able to continue to turn the pages at #1, or will someone else rewrite her story? Let's see on this season of 242 The Gospel.
The words on the spelling bee show in the lad. Phosphorescent. Bougainvillea. Woo! Never. T. Where was the T earlier? You trust me? No. Good. No, I'm saying pipeline over here. Coca-Cola. Okay, well, some of them.
Hey, it's the Charlie Bahama Show. Welcome, I'm your boy Charlie Bahama, and we are here at the Wine and Food Festival here at Atlantis. And man, I got a plate full of. Okay, now who took my food? Now who took?
What do you think Shaggy said? Well, you gotta wait until the new season of the Charlie Bahamas show starts with Shaggy himself. Also episodes with Chef Jose Andres, Bahamian chefs John Baptiste, and trips to the Family Islands. Charlie Bahamas show coming April 25th, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not one, but two NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
In what we do,
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. President Donald Trump hosted an Easter prayer service and dinner at the White House on Wednesday, bringing together religious leaders in the Blue Room. During the gathering, Trump underscored his administration's work to push back against what he called anti-Christian bias, pointing to the creation of a White House faith office and a special task force within the Justice Department as key steps. Fire Festival 2 has been officially postponed. Organizers told ticket holders as much this week. Convicted fraudster Billy McFarland, the guy behind the infamous 2017 Fire Fest in the Bahamas, was planning a comeback in Mexico this May. Tickets started at $1,400 and went all the way up to $1.1 million. But Mexican officials told ABC no one approved or even registered the event. McFarland insists his team did everything by the book, sharing screenshots to prove it. And Puerto Rico hit by a massive island-wide blackout Wednesday after energy plants unexpectedly shut down, according to local power company Genera. The company says it's working to bring backup units online while investigating the cause. The outage, which started around 12:40 p.m., left homes and businesses scrambling on Wednesday as residents lined up for fuel to power their generators. Governor Jennifer Gonzalez promised updates and a timeline for full restoration. All right, earlier this week, the Davis administration announced it was hitting the pause button on Falcon 9 rocket booster landings here at home until SpaceX has turned in a post-landing report and environmental documents from a landing in February. It comes amid questions over the environmental impact of debris. But what exactly are the potential concerns? Our Jasmine Brown takes a look in tonight's Sustainability First.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
SpaceX debris from recent Starship test flights has raised concern about potential environmental and safety impacts, including the risk of debris falling into populated areas and causing property damage or injuries. A SpaceX Starship rocket broke apart over Bahamian waters during a test flight in March. While SpaceX has assured authorities that the debris contains no toxic materials, local and U.S. authorities are still investigating and implementing measures to mitigate risks. But what do some experts experts see as potential environmental impacts. There's concerns about how steel fragments and particles will impact marine life. Another concern is atmospheric pollution. While SpaceX's initial statements focused on minimal environmental impact, some reports raise concerns about potential air pollution from the explosions, especially in the upper atmosphere. Their concerns are not going unnoticed by Bahamian environmentalists and authorities. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper said on Tuesday, SpaceX will not be allowed to carry out any more landings or re-entry exercises in Bahamian territory until a full environmental impact assessment is complete. Director of the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, Dr. Rihanna Neely Murphy, says she expects SpaceX's post-launch report to be handed over to her department before Easter. Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Jasmine Brown.
So to come in Our News, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was April 17th. Then in Our News at 7:30, Good Friday brings good deeds as a local church gives back in Fox Hill. We'll tell you the community outreach in Freedom Park. But first, a local feminine care company feeling the pressure as global tariffs and supply chain disruptions push costs higher. What you need to know when Our News returns.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
At RBC, we're proud to support Alive's Ultimate Business Makeover campaign for a second year. We know that micro, small, and medium businesses are vital to our economy. They drive innovation, and more importantly, they create jobs. By investing in their growth, we're fostering economic success, and together we can pave the road to a thriving business community.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable asset.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not 1, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1965, Arthur Hanna, who would later become Governor General from 2006 to 2010, was forcibly removed from the House of Assembly during a debate on boundary changes. When told to leave, he refused, and the sergeant at arms had to be called to take him from the House. He was suspended for his refusal to leave. The suspension was lifted 4 days later, and he was allowed to return. During the drug scandal era of the 1980s, Mr. Hanna resigned as deputy prime minister, but never left the PLP. As a nationalist, he refused British honors and advocated for a Bahamian honors system. He died on August 3, 2021. Then in 1970, the Bank of Montreal was incorporated in the Bahamas. This company would later become Bank of the Bahamas International. Pictured is the bank's head office, which was located downtown Nassau on Marlborough and Cumberland Street. The building is now known as the BAF Building and houses numerous tourism offices, among others. And finally, in 2013, Tavares Henderson Strawn reached the North Pole, making him the first Bahamian to successfully complete the trek. Strawn, in 2022, the Baintown boy was counted among the world's greatest when he was named one of 25 MacArthur's Fellows. Few honors carry the prestige of the MacArthur Foundation Fellowship. The coveted awards go to artists, activists, scholars, scientists, and others showing exceptional creativity.
All right, the entertainment industry has long had a strong footprint in the Bahamas, but some local entertainers believe its true economic power is often overlooked. Well, now a new school, backed by the Office of the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Education, is aiming to change that. Our Danielle Miller reports on how it's expected to boost the Orange economy in a big way.
Set to open in September of this year, the Creative and Performing Arts School helps to establish a sustainable orange economy here in the Bahamas. Known as CAPUS, the institution will be located on Gladstone Road in the old Fields building. Project lead Ian Poitier shares that one of the key focuses will be on teaching the economics behind the sector.
It's called an economy, which means it's a kind of economic sector. And that means a basic economic structure, you've got supply and demand. On the demand side, we've got, let's say, 10 million tourists coming here a year for the sake of argument. So there's a market there where we know, say, up to 10 million people could, well, up thereabouts, could buy creative products and services. We need the supply to match that. And if you look at the value chain for any industry, but in the creative industries, you need to have a throughput of talent. So what does that mean? You need a level of skill and training. That's the beginning.
CAPUS will be partnering with United Talent Agency, a global talent, sports, entertainment, and advisory company. Together, the goal is to educate students on the business aspect of the industry while refining their talents to create a lucrative orange economy.
We don't know everything that will come out of this, but some of the things which governments can certainly stimulate will be a major economic stimulator to the sector. So the thought is to build a centre for the performing arts, a full-time professional centre, and to have resident companies, so an acting company, a dance company, and some sort of music company, whatever. So those are viable businesses. They will perform and have residencies there, doing a variety of work, but they will also tour internationally. They'll become living billboards for our tourism industry.
As it relates to tuition for Bahamian students?
It will be free to Bahamians. And I can't say that enough. It will be free to Bahamians. It'll be free to Bahamians. Bahamians won't pay.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Denny. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Natalia Hall, she's up next. But before we toss to Our News at 7:30, if you've been following us on Thursdays, then of course you know that Thursday is the new Friday here at Our News. We're going to check in with entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. She's always looking to get a jump start on the weekend. So, Denny, tell me, what's the latest? Looks like you're at Atlantis right now. Again, yeah?
Hey Ken, I am back to Atlantis, yes, for a second week because there's so much to do here at the resort. And one of the things that I've never done is their escape room. Actually, as a matter of fact, I've never done an escape room in my life. So I am a little bit nervous. And also, I think it's a competition, right? As who could get out first? Am I right? Who could get out the room first? No? You could tell, yeah, I never do this before. Oh, you have to do it within an hour. Thank you. You have to do it within an hour. So I'm nervous. I'm excited at the same time. And hopefully I'm able to get out in an hour. But you want to know what else I'll be doing this weekend? Watch Thursday is the new Friday on our social media platforms. And for your weekly dose of entertainment news, this week we're talking about Easter fashion. Tune into our 7:30 p.m. broadcast. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until next weekend, Deuces. Back to you in studio.
All right, thanks so much for that, Denny. Listen, have you done the escape room before?
I have not heard about it.
Listen,
this is new. Thanks for that, Denny.
You know what? We should go.
Yeah, another day.
I think I'll be good at it. I haven't done it either, but just based on some that I've seen, you just got to read between the lines. You can't take what the instruction is to mean exactly what's on the front-facing meaning of it.
We got to check it out.
Look through,
We're going to check it out. All right, thanks so much, Ken. Well, stay tuned to Our News on Thursdays to see more of Danielle's escapades. But for now, here are your latest headlines.
First tonight on Our News, live at 7:30, supply chain disruptions and rising tariffs are forcing a local business to rethink pricing and production. Our Delvardo Emmanuel speaks with a local business owner straight ahead. Plus, a judge has refused bail for a man accused of committing a new offense while already out on bail. Plus, as Christians observe Monday, Thursday, we take a closer look at the sacred traditions behind Holy Week. And later, they're warm, spiced, and straight from the oven. One couple's love for hot cross buns has turned into a cherished Easter tradition. The story when Our News at 7:30 returns.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable assets. Unfortunately, termites are common and very unwanted guests that never stop eating. With Struckum, you can enjoy the peace of mind as we protect your investment with our 3-year fumigation warranty. Struckum, #1 in pest control services.
Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
Diet-friendly special.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Welcome to Our News. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. A Bahamian-founded feminine care company is feeling the pinch as global tariff hikes that are driving up costs and disrupting supply chains. Our Delvardo Emmanuel spoke with the business owner.
Our entire existence and everything that we're about and everything we've done was to keep our very high-quality pad at a very low cost.
Meredith Johnson-Evans is co-founder and CEO of Women's Haven, a Bahamian-based organic feminine care brand, and that expanded to 10 countries across the Caribbean. Since launching in 2018, the company has supplied pads, washes, and other hygiene products to regions like Cayman Islands, Jamaica, and Guyana. But the recent global tariffs are now disrupting business.
So we had a big order coming in, and they were supposed to come and ship on this date. But of course, the news was announced, and so they held the shipment to figure out like what they're gonna do and how they're gonna get it to us, and how much it's gonna cost more.
Women's Haven manufactures its product in China, a country facing new tariff barriers. To reduce future disruptions, she's exploring the possibility of new shipment routes. However, that too comes with its challenges.
If I ship to Panama to the Bahamas, then I just negate the rest of the countries that we supply to. Because the U.S. is like the shipping portal throughout the entire Caribbean. So we can't skip the U.S.
She says Women's Haven may slow down its product line and slightly raise prices. But Johnson Evans says the company isn't going anywhere. Her focus remains on accessible feminine care and menstrual education throughout the region.
We're going to continue. It's going to be a little more expensive to our wholesalers and definitely to our end consumer. But we're going to continue. We may not carry all the products we did before, so we're going to focus on and zone in on the products that are the most popular.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks for that, Delvardo. Well, a judge has denied bail for a man accused of reoffending while on bail. 24-year-old Antoine Johnson is accused of having unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl whom he met online on multiple occasions in 2023. In 2021, Johnson was sentenced to 18 months in prison for having sexual relations with a 15-year-old girl. Justice Neil Brathwaite ruled that given Johnson's past history, he would likely reoffend if given bail. Well, Christians around the world are marking the most sacred time on the church calendar, Holy Week, and today, Maundy Thursday, holds special meaning for believers. Here's a closer look at what it's all about and why the season of Easter goes far deeper than just a long holiday weekend.
Today is Maundy Thursday, the Thursday before Easter. It's believed to be the day Jesus shared his final meal with his disciples, what many Christians here at home call the Last Supper. Across the Bahamas, many churches are holding special services today. Some are even carrying out the traditional washing of the feet, a symbol of humility and service, just as Jesus did. For many Bahamians, while Easter weekend is about more than just church, it's Easter basket for the kids, the beach, hot cross buns, fried fish, and of course, a break from work. Religious leaders often remind us not to lose sight of what this season means. Maundy Thursday is followed by Good Friday, the day Jesus was crucified. For believers, is a time of mourning, but also a reminder of the sacrifice they say was made for all humanity. Then comes the Resurrection Sunday, or Easter Sunday. It's the moment of joy when Christians believe Jesus rose from the dead. Church leaders say the story of death and resurrection is more than just history. It's a reminder that no matter how dark life may get, there's always hope. While a local church is using Good Friday to perform good deeds. It's happening at Freedom Park in the Fox Hill community. That's where organizers of the Good Deeds movement say they're doing good for those who may not be as blessed to return the favor. Organizer and lead pastor of the New Birth Church, Bruce Davis.
Thousands and thousands of bags of grocery items, clothing, toiletries, accessories, shoes. We have stylists shutting down their salons to bring the salon experience to Freedom Park. We have our women's ministry, She Blooms, bringing a pampering tent just for the ladies on Freedom Park. Everything is absolutely free. Hair braiding, hair cutting, everything that you could think of that you want to be a part of is Good Deeds on Good Friday, man.
And for Pastor Davis and his team, it's important to touch the lives of those impacted.
I grew up in the city, all right? I'm a product of the inner city. And one of the things at Newbert we're big on is not just giving stuff. Anybody could give stuff away. We use stuff as a facade to give away the love of Christ. We always want to make sure that people don't feel like we're giving them hand-me-downs. The clothing, many of them have tags on it, man, because we really believe that those who are on the margin, Scripture teaches us that when you give to the poor, you lend to the Lord, and the Lord will repay.
And hot cross buns are more than just a seasonal treat this Easter for one couple in the capital. They've become an Easter tradition. Today, I rolled up my sleeves and joined them in the kitchen. Plus, our Daniel Miller also shows us what outfits are trending this Easter. We'll get to those stories soon, but first, planning a beach day, brunch, or a family gathering for the Easter holiday weekend? Well, it seems as if we'll have some nice weather conditions. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Italian. A happy Thursday evening, everybody. Yes, it's going to be beautiful over the next couple of days. Lovely weather expected as a high-pressure system builds across us. Temperature-wise, outside our studio, 76 degrees, cooling down as that front bent through. Mostly clear skies, northeast winds at 40 miles per hour, and your field strike temperature is at 74. Satellite radar composite, weak frontal boundary dropping through the capital earlier today, now into the central Bahamas. Basically, it's falling apart, not much in terms of any weather associated with it, but the high pressure behind is going to tighten the pressure gradient. So we're looking at some breezy conditions over the next couple of days. Temperatures will remain near the 80 or the low 80s for the next several days as well. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, downtown Nassau goes digital with phase 1 of the Smart City program, bringing Wi-Fi to key tourist areas. And later, warm spice and straight from the oven, one couple's love for hot cross buns has turned into a cherished Easter tradition. We have the story when our news returns. Stay with us.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
The moment we've been waiting for is here. Carifta 2025 is taking over, and RTV is bringing you every thrilling moment. It's time to rally behind Team Bahamas as they go for gold, glory, and greatness. Feel the energy as we witness the best athletes the Caribbean has to offer. April 19th through the 21st, live from Hazley Crawford Stadium, Port of Spain, Trinidad. Catch every sprint, every throw, every victory exclusively on RTV. Plus, don't miss our daily updates from Carifta Swimming. The best of Carifta, the best of Team Bahamas, the best coverage only on RTV.
New season of groovin' is here. It will have your emotions moving, grooving, and even sometimes scared. Get in the groove with 242 Groovin'. Sleepy Lex has taken over the charts, but we got newcomers like Devondre and NF Trey climbing up to reach that #1 spot, while Travis Clark and Chase Fernandez is applying big pressure. Who will be #1 on upcoming shows of Rev Up? Buckle your seatbelt and find out. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Are you ready?
The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation partnering with Alive to launch the first phase of the Smart City program downtown Nassau. The initiative will allow extensive Wi-Fi coverage to Nassau Cruise Port and nearby tourist areas. It's the goal, getting more cruise passengers to disembark and share in real time their experiences in the city. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper telling the media the Smart City program is a testament to their commitment to innovation and sustainability in tourism.
We know that tourists frequently want Wi-Fi access to navigate new locales, find shops and restaurants, browse social media, make contact with friends and family, or complete assignments. This turnkey solution offers seamless connectivity in the downtown area, enabling tourists to easily navigate and access local information to improve their overall experiences.
The initial phase introduces a robust Wi-Fi network stretching from the Nassau Cruise Port to Arawak Key in the west and to the Sir Sidney Poitier Bridge in the east. Director of Business Solutions for RAV, Charnette Thompson, says the partnership is in line with the company's mission.
This is another great example of innovation through public-private partnership with our group of companies, and we take pride in partnering with the Ministry of Tourism and DICT to advance digital transformation within our Bahamian landscape. Our support for this project reflects Cable Bahamas' dedication to leading connected lifestyles and experiences for both our residents, commercial customers, and visitors.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, it's a travel day for Carifta Track and Field. Carifta Swimming hits the pool in TNT. AJ Store heads to the SEC, and a special Thursday edition of Top Plays.
The wait is over. We're back with a new season of 242 The Gospel. Great artists, new videos exploding on the countdown. Will Najia be able to continue to turn the pages at #1, or will someone else rewrite her story? Let's see on this season of 242 The Gospel.
The words on the spelling bee show in the lad.
Phosphorescent.
Bougainvillea.
Never. T.
Where was the T in the end? You trust me?
No.
Good. No, I'm saying Pythagorean.
Coca-Cola.
Okay, well, some of them.
Hey, it's the Charlie Bahama Show. Welcome, I'm your boy Charlie Bahama, and we are here at the Wine and Food Festival here at Atlantis. And man, I got a plate full of. Okay, now who took my food? Now who took?
What do you think, Shaggy said? Well, you gotta wait until the new season of the Charlie Bahama Show starts with Shaggy himself. Also episodes with Chef Jose Andres, Bahamian chefs John Baptiste, and trips to the Family Islands. Charlie Bahama Show coming April 25th, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not one, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
in what we do.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Everyone is obviously dressed for the occasion, and now it's time to get to work. Team Bahamas hosted the final practice session in the friendly confines of the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium before they left for the 52nd Carifta Track and Field Championships hosted in Trinidad and Tobago. The team includes a cross-section of Carifta veterans from the collegiate ranks to first-timers looking to announce their arrival on the regional stage. Head coach Derek Wells leads the group of 78 student athletes, which is tied for the largest in the field, matched only by the host country, Trinidad and Tobago. Approximately 28 countries fielding over 900 athletes will look to add their stories to the internationally acclaimed event that is considered the launchpad for legends. Be sure and stay locked into the RTV network for exclusive coverage of the Carifta Track and Field Championships. Tune in this Friday for the opening ceremonies beginning at 3 p.m. Then live action kicks off Saturday at 9 a.m. on channel 212 with the afternoon session starting at 4 p.m. The Bahamas' Carifta swimming team landed safely in Trinidad and Tobago yesterday. We get the latest poolside from Sasha Lightbourne.
Team Bahamas hit the pool at the National Aquatic Center in Couva, Trinidad for the first time this morning. The 36-member team, led by their captains, El DeBurge, Mia Patton, Tia Isabella Adderley, Ellie Gibson, William Farrington, Ayrton Monker, and Caden Wells, got right into it following their arrival at Piarco International Airport last night after a 3-hour Bahamas Air chartered flight. Head coach Trevano McPhee shared with us how the first practice in the Carifta pool went.
Kids look excellent. Getting comfortable with the starts, the turns, the finishes. Getting comfortable with the environment. Knowing where the bathrooms are, where the hundreds and up starts are, where the 50 start is. So everyone is on point, looking good this morning. But I feel that 7 straight is already written in the book. But we have to stay focused and be prepared for Saturday morning. Our relays are our strength, right? Depth wins championships, so we have to focus on our relays, maintain our positions, or move up. And I think that's what we're going to do.
Now the opening ceremonies are scheduled for 3 p.m. tomorrow. Competition begins on Saturday at 9 a.m. Reporting for Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
Bahamian national team member AJ Storr is no stranger to the transfer portal and is on the move once again. Storr announced via social media his intentions to head to the SEC and join the Ole Miss program under head coach Chris Baird. This will be the 4th stop on Storr's collegiate career after beginning in the Big East at St. John's, on to Wisconsin in the Big Ten, and most recently to the Kansas Jayhawks in the Big 12. He will have 1 year of eligibility remaining. And because Danny's been telling us all that Thursday is the new Friday, we've been listening. Here's a special edition of your 10YS Plays of the Week. At 5, Kai Jones has no regard for the rim and no regard for his body, but it makes for great highlights. At 4, back-to-back weeks on the countdown, back-to-back bombs for Christian Robinson. Coming in at 3, Keyshawn Strachan already looks used to this Nebraska thing. A win, meet record, and second all-time throw in program history at 80 meters. At number 2, this is one way to break out of a slump. Jazz goes for back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games. And at number 1, legendary sharpshooter, legendary ambassador. Buddy Hield hits his 203 for the season. He's done that 7 of his 8 years in the league. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. We know what you want, exclusive coverage of the Carifta Track and Field Championships. Well, you can get it right here on the Our News Network on channel 212 beginning tomorrow afternoon at the opening ceremony. And be sure to check our social media platforms and newscasts for updates from Carifta Swimming. Back to the studio.
When Our News comes back from the break, one couple's love for hot cross buns has turned into a cherished Easter tradition. We take you inside their kitchen coming up. And whether it's beach days or brunch at a local restaurant, the Easter weekend is off to a beautiful start. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when Our News returns. Stay with us.
The moment we've been waiting for is here. Carifta 2025 is taking over and RTV is bringing you every thrilling moment. It's time to rally behind Team Bahamas as they go for gold, glory, and greatness. Feel the energy as we witness the best athletes the Caribbean has to offer. April 19th through the 21st, live from Hazley Crawford Stadium, Port of Spain, Trinidad. Catch every sprint, every throw, every victory exclusively on RTV. Plus, don't miss our daily updates from Carifta Swimming. The best of Carifta, the best of Team Bahamas, the best coverage only on RTV.
New season of grooving is here. It will have your emotions moving, grooving, and even sometimes scared. Get in the groove with 242 Grooving. Sleepy Lex has taken over the charts, but we got newcomers like Devondre and NF Trey climbing up to reach that number one spot, while Travis Clark and Chase Fernandez is applying big pressure. Who will be number one on upcoming shows of Rev Up? Buckle your seatbelt and find out. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Are you ready?
The wait is over. We're back with a new season of 242 The Gospel. Great artists, new videos exploding on the countdown. Will Najia be able to continue to turn the pages at number one, or will someone else rewrite her story? Let's see on this season of 242 The Gospel.
The words on the spelling bee show we ain't that hard. Phosphorescent. Bougainvillea. Woo! Never. T. Where was the T in here? You trust me? No. Good. No, I'm saying find over here. Come on. Okay, well, some of them.
Hey, it's the Charlie Bahamas Show. Welcome, in.
This is our news. Welcome back. Weak frontal boundary dropping into the central Bahamas as we speak. Not much in terms of any significant weather along the frontal boundary. That moisture across the southeast Bahamas has exited the area. High pressure is building behind this front. Not much in terms of a temperature change, but the tight pressure gradient will lead to some breezy conditions over the next couple of days. So beaching and boating will become a bit of a challenge through the holiday weekend. Taking a look at our wider look, there goes that moisture with the southeast Bahamas and that disturbance. Frontal boundary dropping in, not seeing much in terms of weather, that as well. We have another system to the north, but that's going to stay to the north as high pressure continues to dominate our weather. Future forecast showing nothing much happening out there through Friday. Things will remain quiet. Most of the moisture pulling out towards the east and away from us. Some moisture might linger around across the central Bahamas by Saturday, so you could see 1 or 2 sprinkles during that time frame. Boating conditions, caution flag. That will be upgraded to an advisory by tomorrow afternoon. Hike rip current risk, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 knots, increasing 15 to 25 knots by tomorrow evening. Seas 4 to 7 feet, they will also be building by tomorrow evening. High tide, 11:43 tonight. Low tide takes place at 6:16 tomorrow morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your holiday forecast, this is how things are going to be shaping up. Temperatures will stay near the 80-degree mark for the next several days. Breezy conditions taking us into Sunday and Monday, and those temperatures start to climb into the mid-80s by the middle of next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night and enjoy your holiday weekend.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, hot cross buns are more than just a seasonal treat. A couple in the capital, it's become an Easter tradition for them. Today, I rolled up my sleeves and joined them in the kitchen to find out what all goes into making the sweet spiced buns.
Yes, a lot of people are calling. Right now, you hear the phone ringing.
When Easter rolls around, so do the orders for a large number of hot cross buns at Sweet Ting in the Can. Husband and wife duo Christina and Lamero Wright say what started as something small has risen into a full-blown baking business.
All week prepping and trying to get the products. Some places don't have products, so it was a little hard. And then, like last night, started from last night, get up back up 4 o'clock this morning and still at it.
The process includes kneading the dough, baking, and glazing. I was also taught how to correctly glaze the buns as they came fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, all you have to do is just brush it so it can be coated. Just go up and down. Yeah.
And you do this as soon as it comes out of the
oven? Yeah,
oven.
so it comes out so it can melt on it.
And even with the long hours and flour-covered countertops, the couple say the long hours in the kitchen are always worth it as they enjoy each other's company.
When we in the kitchen, we find our strengths and our weakness and what we do. But this is the main baker. So I'm just the apprentice learning.
There were a range of flavors offered, plain, guava, coconut, and raisin. And this year they baked some 100 buns.
We received a lot of orders, and the response from the community was good because he just delivered some orders. And one of the customers who normally order from us let another customer taste it who never tasted again. And now she want to place orders today.
So will they be back at it next year?
We have to see with that.
We gotta do it again.
All right, I had lots of fun with that story. Well, hot combs, beauty salons, and pretty dresses, all the words that are culturally connected to Easter. But over the decades, as we know, fashion has changed. In this report, our Danielle Miller visits a local boutique where she spoke to the owner to discuss Easter Fashion 2025.
They do have a lot of styles coming back, I would say, from the 60s and 80s.
I have definitely seen the styles that Shianda Johnson, CEO and founder of Polka Dots Boutique, speaks of, yet with a modern twist. On her website alone, there are a variety of chic outfits that take traditional fashions but tailor them to have an edgy look. In previous years, yellow, pink, or lilac would dominate Easter apparel. However, this year, Shianda says, the season favors different colors.
Believe it or not, nude. Nude is a soft, you can do that not just for Easter, but all through the year. And then we have baby blue.
I'm sure several women watching could relate to Easter shopping. From lace socks and slips for little girls to stockings and Spanx for women. Another tradition that Shianda says has taken a modern adjustment. However, that depends on the quality of the clothes.
Most of my pieces, I don't wear garments. And so I'm not perfect, but hey, I can wear it, you can wear it too. And and if you do feel comfortable, I wouldn't say just take it away completely, but if you do feel comfortable and wearing it, then hey, by all means.
Both Shianda and I agree on the sentiment that fashion is a trend. She encourages women to explore garments to pinpoint their personal style, for as the saying goes, style is a way of saying who you are without having to speak.
We have to learn to be more confident of who we are as an individual. That confidence comes within, I would say, and I would encourage young ladies not to, we have the social media and, we follow a lot of people that, we want to be like that one or this one or want to look a certain type. Love who you are.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks for that, Danny. And to watch that story again is available now at ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.